If you've been dreaming of a Disney getaway, a relaxing cruise, or even an all-inclusive resort vacation, we've got the perfect travel expert for you.
We have partnered with Little Bit of Magic, a travel agency run by Hannah Little. Whether it's the parks, cruises, or even an Adventures by Disney trip, Hannah has you covered.
And here's the best part. Hannah doesn't just book your trip. She's your advocate through the entire process. She works hard to make sure you're getting the most out of your vacation.
She'll save you time, money, and a lot of stress. Plus, her services are 100% free. Hannah's here to do all the hard work, so all you have to do is show up and enjoy your vacation.
She knows the hidden gems, the best times to book, and all the little secrets that can make your vacation even better.
So whether you're heading to Disney or to another dream destination, Little Bit of Magic is your one-stop shop for a stress-free, unforgettable trip.
If you're ready to make your vacation dreams come true, head over to Little Bit of Magic and reach out to Hannah. For more information, check out littlebitofmagic.com and make sure you mention that the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast sent you.
Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
Because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
Everybody, here we
What's up, everybody? Happy, wonderful Wednesday to all of you dingle hoppers and foolish mortals out there. It's spooky season.
It is spooky season. Oogie Boogie Bash has started. Decorations are up at the park. It's spooky season.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party,
Yeah.
like wherever you choose to celebrate.
Yeah.
Welcome, congratulations, we made it.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, there's the tease. We have a very special guest for this episode.
Yeah.
Ashley, I don't know about you, but I'm starstruck.
I'm so excited.
Yes, because we have Justin MacArthur with us from Foolish Mortals and Happy Haunts. Justin, how are you? We're so glad you're here.
Hey guys, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. This was an episode that I think we've wanted to do for a while, so I'm so happy that we were able to connect.
Yeah.
And we were actually talking about this before, but I think we've mentioned this on the podcast before too. But Jake and I, it had been almost 3 years into our Disney adult career, I guess, until we were actually on Haunted Mansion. The one time we went to Walt Disney World, Haunted Mansion was closed because, of course, somebody threw ashes there. So they gave us a free fast pass at the time.
Y'all, don't do that, by the way. Please don't do that. That's not a good idea.
Yeah. And then every time we went to Disneyland, it was A Nightmare Before Christmas, which is great. But I was like, I want the original Haunted Mansion. We finally got to go on it, and I get the hype. I love Haunted Mansion.
Yes, it wasn't for lack of trying,
Yeah.
but it's not that we didn't like it, but we always knew there was this mystique and aura around the Haunted Mansion, and we just didn't get it until we did. And now we do. And Justin, this is it. This is the pinnacle of our podcast to this point. We're so excited to geek out with you.
Well, I'm excited to geek out with you. You guys have amazing energy, and I'm so excited to be here. And I will tell you, Disneyland does not make it easy to enjoy the Haunted Mansion.
Right? Thank you.
6 months out of the year, good luck.
I know. And there are some people who absolutely love Nightmare Before Christmas. And to y'all, good for you. That's great. I love the Haunted Mansion. Yeah. So it's hard to share, but to all who come to this spooky place, welcome.
There you go. There you go.
Fun.
But I like it a little bit too.
Yeah, of course. And that's what we're going to talk about. So first and foremost, Justin, tell us a little bit about you and your amazing platform, because I know you have this incredible Facebook group. Your Instagram page is one of my absolute favorites.
Love
you have
it.
so much to share. Take it away. Tell us all about your platform and what you do.
Absolutely. It's a little lengthy, but I'm happy to tell you about my platform.
Please.
And it's something that's developed and really taken off this year. But there's a Tiki Mug group on Facebook, and it started getting overran with Haunted Mansion things. It was Haunted Mansion Tiki Mugs, and then it was Haunted Mansion Sippers, and then it was Haunted Mansion Popcorn Buckets. And the admins were like, wait a minute, this is not what this is for. Let's give Justin a Haunted Mansion spinoff group. And that's how it started.
Amazing.
So Tiki really is where it kind of came from. And yeah, so it really grew, and we're almost at 30,000 members. So,
30,000.
almost 30,000 in the couple of years we've been active. And then I decided to make a corresponding Instagram
Yeah.
because it's a great platform to
Yeah.
kind of share your thoughts and for it all to be housed in one place. It's a great video hosting platform
Mhm.
that you can share across Meta. And at first, it was very much only product, it was
Okay.
new product, and that's it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And recently, this year, someone's like, you really should be more forward facing with your personality and what you have to offer. So I've been really focusing this year on putting myself out there, making
Yeah.
content, getting in front of the camera. I mean, I have all this stuff I've never shown anyone, and it's really done well. I've got almost 9,000 followers on Instagram this year alone,
So cool.
out of
And
nowhere.
for good reason, though.
Yeah.
Like that's what we've loved
Yeah.
about, getting to know you
Yeah.
through this Instagram lens is when you kind of showcase your personality, like we all gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. I'm so glad that you made that choice and had the courage to put yourself out there for it because we're all
We
benefiting
love
from
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Like I said, your relationship and the way you guys talk and your energy is so good. You guys are
Thank
perfect
you.
podcast hosts. So the fact that you're paying
Thank
me a
you.
compliment is amazing.
No, we are so honored to have you. And again, there is so much to share and talk about with this because
Yeah.
your collection is unbelievable. And we'll get into some of that a little bit later. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Can't,
And
can't wait.
one thing that we like to ask each of our special guests is what is your Disney origin story? Like, where did your love of Disney come from?
Oh, another fun one. This one's a little lengthy too, but that's all right. That's what we're
Right.
here for.
Absolutely.
So, I grew up really poor, very, very
Okay.
poor in poverty, in the projects. And naturally, when you have a not so great childhood, you tend to want to find things to escape to or with.
Yeah.
And Disney movies, that was a cheap way for you to escape without being able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
leave, and that was what was amazing. And we couldn't afford the Disney Channel, and every Christmas they would give you Disney Channel for free. So I remember one Christmas I was watching all the park specials, and I remember watching the Disney World special, and it showed the Spectral Magic Parade, and I thought, man, I've got to go there someday. And then they showed the Haunted Mansion behind the scenes, and it was the Pepper's Ghost effect with the ballroom dancers, and I
Yeah.
just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and
Yeah.
I'll never ever forget that. So I always, even as the poor as we were, we couldn't afford to go. I would look up Walt Disney. We had a wall of encyclopedia books in our apartment. I would get the D, and I would look at Walt Disney and read all about Walt. So it was instilled as early as possible. Haunted Mansion, spooky. Halloween's my favorite. I go all out. Hocus Pocus, you name it.
Yes.
So it was a natural progression to from Disney to Haunted Mansion for me.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And like every time that we get a chance to have a guest who shares that, like I think about my own experience. Like I
Hmm.
never went to the parks as a kid,
Yeah.
but it was the movies too.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
as the company has evolved and grown, I
Hmm.
think for us of kind of this generation, like
Yeah.
it was the movies.
It
Yeah.
was.
And then that first time that you got to go, like what was that like the first time you got to go to the park?
I actually got to go for the first time with some friends of my mom's when I was in the fifth grade. I was already like 12 or 13. I was in
Yeah,
a teen phase, and it wasn't the best trip. It was like one of those things we just kind of didn't really know what to do, or we weren't really
sure.
prepared.
Yeah.
And it was by all rights, it should have been a deal killer for me. But then we went back with the eighth grade trip in middle school. Fortunes changed for us a little bit, and I got to go with all my friends at school, and that's where it really got special for me. Um,
Awesome.
and then I went again in 2007 as an adult-ish. I just graduated, and they just refurbed the Haunted Mansion, and that is definitely where things got really crazy for me. The new Haunted Mansion. When I say went to a Disney trip, it's Disney World for me because I'm an East Coaster,
Sure,
and they
sure.
had just built the endless staircases where the ghost feet print walk at
Yep.
Disney World. That had just opened like the month we went there, and it was right
Amazing.
around, yeah, like probably maybe gosh, what year was that? I don't even know. 2007, so almost 20 years
Okay.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's what
Yeah.
Who
started
knew?
it. Kind of scary. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have some lightning round questions for you, Justin. And of course, these are all going to be Haunted Mansion themed here, but
Yeah.
which mansion do you like more, Walt Disney World or Disneyland?
Oh man. Okay, so it's funny that you should mention that because I've been toying with making a video about this. So this is the perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Cool.
and it's kind of a hot take, but overall, I prefer Disney Worlds. Now, there
Okay.
are things about Disneyland's that I prefer over Disney Worlds. The stretching portrait effect is so much more effective at Disneyland because you get lowered into the ground, plus the top is pulling. So you're getting stretched both ways. So it really
Hmm.
looks like the room is stretching, whereas at Disney World,
Right.
it's just the top. It's not quite as
Okay.
effective.
That's
But Disney
true.
World has, I think, five more scenes than Disneyland. So
Yeah.
They
the
do.
library scene, the flashing portrait scene, the music scene,
Yeah.
the endless staircase scene, all that stuff isn't in the Disneyland version. So I
Yeah.
have to give props where props are due.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
I agree. I
Yeah.
like
It's
Disney World.
well,
Yeah.
and again, like my first experience was Disneyland, but then when I knew what I was looking for and you actually got to see that, like there are some really cool added scenes in Walt Disney World, so that's fair. Now, kind of a sub question to that, have you been to any of the international parks where they have some other versions of the Haunted Mansion?
Regrettably, I've not. I've always wanted to. Phantom Manor is definitely top of my list,
Phantom
number
Manor's
one.
cool.
But
Yeah.
I have a collection of Phantom Manor stuff. I've just never been.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah, so we're excited for you when you get there because we definitely want your take on and
Yeah,
thoughts on it. 'Cause no spoilers,
Nice.
but it was really cool to
it
see it
was.
in a new light, in a new lens.
It was.
Which do you prefer?
You can't top the original, at least in my opinion. And I felt like the storyline was better. It just landed a little bit more. It felt a little more like tragic and chilling. But this one just has a different theme and story to it. And
Yeah.
once we got off the ride and kind of did a little research to understand it better, okay, now we got to go ride it again because
Yeah.
now we
Oh
can
yeah.
see it for what it's meant to
Yeah.
be. But it's cool because it's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the
Okay.
dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So no good. So Hatbox Ghost or the hitchhiking ghosts?
oh man, that's really hard, and I've got some people that'll get mad either way, but I gotta go with
Ah,
the hitchhikers.
okay.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Well, and Disney World just got its Hatbox Ghost. So that was one of my things I was hanging on that Disneyland's was better, but
Yeah.
now he's there. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
that definitely makes a difference. But that's cool. I mean, the hitchhiking ghosts are
Yeah.
amazing. How about Madam Leota or Constance Bride?
Okay, that's really tough. Constance has a rich history where she's never quite looked right. They're always trying to change her. She's had like seven different iterations. So it's
That's
hard to be
wild.
married, right? It's hard to be married, and excuse the pun, hard to be married to one form of Constance because she's changed so much.
That's
I would
so
have to
good.
go. I know. I'm a fan through and through. I'd have to go with Madame Leota.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Great choice.
Okay. And then which film? The Haunted Mansion, the 2023 version, or the Haunted Mansion 2003 version, the one with Eddie Murphy?
Definitely the newest one, 2023,
Yes.
which I know a lot of people didn't like that one. I don't understand the dislike.
Loved it.
I loved it.
It was so
Oh,
good. It was so New Orleans. Like the way they leaned into it, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Jared
it had
Leto
everything it needed.
was
Yes,
crazy.
Hmm.
he was
Like
so good.
chilled me to the core. It was
Yeah.
great.
And they
Exactly what I
incorporated
wanted.
both versions of the mansion. You had
Yes.
where the Hatbox Ghost lived was like the Disney World version. I was like, okay, you've won me over.
Yeah.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
nice. That was a very nice touch. It
Yeah,
was so good.
Yeah.
And last question. Stretching room or the attic?
stretching room
Okay.
Yeah.
I
all the
think I
Yeah.
way.
would agree. I think I
And
would
that's
agree.
as much as the attic is so cool, just those added characters and being able to like, I mean, you could watch one of them each time
Yeah.
you ride it. And there's so many little details as this portrait expands. Like it's really hard to pass that up. And the gargoyles and the candlesticks. See, I love Haunted Mansion. It's
Uh,
amazing.
the gargoyles are my favorite. And the thing about the stretching portrait is it's not explained to death. Whereas,
Yeah.
you kind of are spoon-fed the story of Constance as you go through the attic a little bit.
Yep.
The stretching portraits, they could really be anyone. They could be the person standing
Yeah.
next to you for all you know. It's just really eerie, and it's such a nice reveal when you find out their deaths at the end of the ride. And plus the hanging man,
Right.
which is so cool.
I,
Yeah.
yep. Did not even see it coming.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so why Haunted Mansion? Like, tell us what about Haunted Mansion you love so much.
So Haunted Mansion, you know, I've been collecting Haunted Mansion since the 40th anniversary of the ride, which it just recently had the 56th. So
Okay.
hardcore
Amazing.
collecting for 16 years.
Yeah.
Um, but my love for the macabre and the spooky has predated that since basically birth. Halloween's
Okay.
always been my favorite holiday, and I've always liked witches and hocus pocus, and I would always, check out the spooky books in June or whatever and read them in my room, and it was always Halloween in my head. So I think the Haunted
Love
Mansion
that.
is the best of both worlds. It's
Yeah.
the Disney magic plus it's kind of that Halloween spooky vibe, but it's a tangible place you can go and visit. So
Yeah.
a lot of fandoms, it's like not things you can touch or do or have. Like if you're a movie buff, you can see the movie in theaters and then just collect things. I can see the
Hmm.
movie in theaters, I can collect things, and then I can go and see it in person and experience it in a full sensual overload, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I know other Star Wars fans, the first time they got to go to Galaxy's Edge, a similar experience, even though they
Mhm.
had the movies and other things, like once you got to go there, it was different.
Hmm.
And I love that with the Haunted Mansion, they've continued to add to it as it's grown in popularity, which I think, again, is a compliment to you and this community you built. Like it's growing in its fandom. I mean,
Hmm.
this new Madam Leota shop that they just did at Disneyland, for example,
Hmm.
it's sucking in a whole new group of people and really leaning into it. And it's great that it's getting even more attention and becoming more immersive for those of us who are fans.
Yeah, I agree. I just got to experience the new gift shop for myself, and I thought it was amazing. Thing looks
Yeah.
massive and it's somehow tiny inside, but then
Yes.
it's so weird. It's huge on the outside. I don't know how they did that. Um, but the globe or the crystal ball with the hanging chandelier over that, it
Yeah.
it
Yep.
was used in the ride, the hanging chandelier, the
I
spider
did
web
not know
chandelier.
that.
Oh, I didn't know
Wow.
So back
that.
in the day, yeah, they planned for Madame Leota's table and everything to float. It never worked, so they
Okay.
just stuck a chandelier over it. And Disney World had a version too with fruit in it, a fruit
Okay.
chandelier, and then Disneyland had one
Hmm.
with spider webs. So they got that out of the archives and hung it over her crystal ball in the gift shop.
Okay. Okay,
Okay, mind blown.
Imagineers. Like, yes, that is
Yep.
amazing. I had no idea.
I love that.
That's so cool. Okay, so what would be your favorite scene or room from the ride? Like, which is the one that really gets you excited every time you go?
Oh man, that is so hard. Okay, so I
Picking
definitely
your
love.
favorite kid, you know?
It is like picking my favorite kid. I've always been a sucker for the clock. I love the
Okay.
clock, but I
Hmm.
think my favorite, this is a really strange kind of off the wall. My favorite part has always been the caretaker. The
Okay,
little,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
little
Hmm.
lantern, and his
Yep.
uh-huh.
dog. I love dogs, and then like he's the only human representation in the whole ride. Everyone else is dead.
Oh,
Yes.
He's
yeah.
alive. And I just think that he's like a welcome beacon of hope, that you're going to be able to escape alongside him. And I don't know, I've always loved him.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That is really cool. There's definitely a moment when you do that because like up until this point you're in the story but you're not quite sure what's happening. But like there's something about when you pass the caretaker that all of a sudden like seeing like the confusion or the fear on his face that makes you feel like, wait a minute, am I dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so cool. All right, so then on the flip side, is there one room or a spot on the ride that you would least like to get stuck? If the ride goes down, you're trapped somewhere. Where's the one spot you don't want to be?
It's so funny that you said this because my friend came over and filmed like some content with me and asked something
Yeah.
similar. And then a employee messaged me and they were like, you don't want to get stopped there, actually. And they explained to me the best place you want to get stopped is in the attic. Because if you
Okay.
get stopped in the attic, you have to walk backwards all the way to the loading zone. If you get stopped in the
Oh,
graveyard, you just walk forward to the exit
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
because it's a hill
Yeah.
you got to go up. So they can't
Yeah.
let you walk up the hill.
Interesting.
The
That's good to
trees,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean,
Anything?
like, full
Yeah.
disclosure, we all have thought about it. We
Yeah.
all want to be evacuated from this ride. As much as
Yeah.
we love it, we're all secretly hoping it breaks down for us. Just
And
one
every time it
time.
says playful spooks have interrupted your journey or whatever, I'm like, is this the time?
Yeah. Never. Well,
That's
we
incredible.
we were in Disney World and we
Yeah.
got evacuated off Haunted Mansion, but we were at the very, very end. We
I know.
were like 3 cars from the end. So like
Gus had already come
yeah.
on board. We were just
Oh
sitting
no.
there. Jake took a little like 15-minute
No,
power nap,
literally.
so we're right at the end. But I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, somewhere in
Yeah.
this ride, there are some lucky people who are
Mhm,
having my dream come true.
mhm.
It was not okay.
Hey, at least you still can say you've been evacuated off the ride. I
It's
It's
can't even say
true.
true.
that.
Someday,
It's true.
buddy, it's gonna happen. And like call us, whatever, FaceTime, like
Okay.
we want to experience this. Like, guys, it's happening. We will drop
Yeah.
everything.
Deal.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so we've seen your videos, but for
Yeah,
those who maybe haven't, tell us about your Haunted Mansion room because it is
it's
impressive.
amazing.
Okay, yeah. I guess I should have lit the cabinets up. I didn't do that. So I probably have one of the biggest Haunted Mansion collections. Or one of them for sure, but you
Yeah.
can kind of see behind, well, I guess people that are listening at home can't see, but there are two large cabinets filled with things. I've got the Big Fig Hitchhiking Ghosts, which, as you know,
Yes.
I prefer them to the Hatbox Ghosts, so I had to have those. But I
Had to
also
have
have the
them.
Hatbox Ghost Big Fig and the Constance Bride Big Fig. I mean, I've got
Amazing.
pretty much everything. There's very little Haunted Mansion that I don't own at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and for a while there, it felt like it was so scarce. Like you just couldn't find stuff.
Hmm.
And I think Funko did a really good job of making pop figures, and that kind of seemed like it opened the door a little bit. But we're having like this renaissance of Haunted Mansion merch. And when all of this got released this year, I
Yeah.
remember messaging you, and I'm like, dude, what is happening? Like, my wallet's not ready. When did this happen? I had no warning.
Yeah, it's definitely been a shift. And I say I've been collecting since the 40th anniversary, but that's just because that's when they started making stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't make stuff before. Like you could maybe get like they had a Clue board game before that,
Uh-huh.
Oh.
a little like invisible dog, like on a string, like a
Oh,
wire
cool.
thing, and it looked like you're
Okay.
walking a ghost dog.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
They had some keychains, and it was like a cart and maybe some shirts. That was it. So
Yeah.
they didn't
Wow.
have it. The 40th anniversary is really what changed the game. And I really owe it all to this artist. His name is Shag. Have you heard of him? He's like a
No.
Disneyland
I don't
or
think
a
so.
California artist. He works with Disney a lot, or he did. He made some gorgeous pieces that I just fell in love with, and
Wow.
it was a decanter, some glasses, and a appetizer tray. I bought those for the 40th, and then I've never stopped.
That's
That's
so
I love
great.
that.
Well, and it just like once you get into it and you see like the art pieces are amazing.
Hmm.
Like you
Oh
said,
yeah.
some of the other things they make for your shelves or your countertops and now like they're actually doing things like it's so fun. I mean, we're both wearing Haunted Mansion shirts. You're wearing a Haunted Mansion shirt. Like it's so
Yep.
cool that we've actually got an
Yeah.
opportunity now to embrace it and display our fandom. So
Yeah.
It
all
feels
for
really
it.
nice and surprising still. So every time they come up with
Yeah,
something new, I'm like, oh, there's another thing I didn't have before, like a paper towel holder this year. Like, what else? What else do I not have that I don't
right?
even know I don't have? Swimming trunks, where are those? Yeah.
Right. Yes. Because the wallpaper pattern is
Oh
one
yeah.
so iconic, but just
Mhm.
so freaking cool.
Yep.
So put it on anything. I don't care. I'll
Everything.
wear
Yep.
it.
Well, and they just released, was it at Disneyland, the new Haunted Mansion sipper?
Oh yeah, with the
Is that at
organist.
Disneyland? Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
you shared that today and I was like, "Come on, man. Like give me a little warning."
I mean,
It's
it's never
amazing.
ending. I thought we were done with Haunted Mansion for the year, and then they dropped that. I was like, oh, here we go again.
Here we
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
again. Run it back.
Yeah.
So, how did you even start obtaining all of your Haunted Mansion things? Like you said at the 40th, is it you got them through the parks? Have you been like looking on collector websites or other things? Like, where do you find some of these amazing
Yeah.
pieces? Because it seems like it's beyond just what you would find at World of Disney.
Yeah. So, obviously my space is limited. So I
Sure.
do have some restrictions I've placed upon myself just to make sure I keep the collection in check. One thing is I try to stick to officially licensed merchandise,
Okay.
Okay.
which isn't always popular with like the artists that make and sell their own things, and then they're like,
Sure.
why don't you buy my $3,000 diorama? I'm like, I really genuinely have no place to put it. So that
Yeah.
was my hard and fast rule: is it's got to be
Okay.
licensed.
Okay.
And I will share artists' work on my Instagram all day long, but for space and for budget reasons, I've got to keep it to something. So
Sure.
that's my first thing. And then my other rule is I always try to keep an eye on what the markets things are selling for, and I never pay over what's market. Usually, I get
Okay.
things very cheap. I
Yeah.
firmly believe that if you're meant to have something, it'll find its way to you.
I love
Love
that.
that.
So just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
up. So lots of eBay, lots of Macari, lots of people in the parks that, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I get overwhelmed, like, hey, do you want me to grab this for you? And I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I already have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure with the best of intentions, but like y'all do realize
absolutely.
who you're talking to. Like this is
Yeah,
Justin.
Yeah.
Okay.
that
Thanks for thinking of him though.
it's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a two-part question for
Okay.
you. So what is your favorite Haunted Mansion thing that you own? And then what is the most expensive Haunted Mansion thing that
Yeah.
you own?
You don't need to share
Ooh.
prices, but like the most valuable,
Yeah.
either to you or
Yeah.
sticker price.
Yeah.
Okay. So I really love the Haunted Mansion Hitchhiking Ghost Big Figs behind me
I
there. They
saw
light
those.
up.
Yes. They're
Um,
so cool.
So I do this thing where when I go to the parks, I change my Facebook location to like match the area of the park. So I go to the marketplace and see
Okay.
what people are selling Haunted Mansion near the parks.
Sure.
Hmm.
Sure.
And so I a lady had these for sale. They are for those who can't see, it's the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and they are huge, like higher than my waist, and I'm 6'2". But a lady was selling them on the marketplace, and she said they were sold, and I was like, "Can you just hold them for me? I'm on my way. Can you please sell them to me?" And it come to find out that she lives in Pennsylvania, but was from my high school and from my hometown.
No
So,
way.
yes, way. She knew everywhere
Wow.
I grew up, every street. So she's like, you know what? Yes, I'll hold them for you. So they were in my car from the minute we got to Orlando, and we were gone 10 days. We went to the beach, and they were in my car, just in the trunk the whole time, or in the hatchback. So those are my favorite because of
I
the
Love it.
love
story,
it. Well,
and
and
they're
that too.
extremely, extremely rare. I
Oh
looked
yeah.
for
Oh yeah.
10 years for these things.
Well, and to your point, when it's meant to find you,
Hmm.
it'll
Yep.
find you. And that is
Yeah.
such a cool story that I'm sure just
Yeah.
adds value to it for you
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, then my most expensive, which I would say are the authentic uniforms. Those
Those
are
are cool.
authentic butler and
Made.
maid outfits. For those of you that can't see on video, behind the hitchhikers, there are authentic Haunted Mansion butler and maid uniforms. And those are the most expensive. I won those at auction.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, everybody, is we'll post this full interview on our Patreon and you can join for free and check that out. But we might just have to pull that as a little snippet to share on Instagram so people can see because yeah, I mean, just as I've watched on your Instagram page, as soon as you shared those for the first time, I was like, wait, what? What are those? Are those? Yep, those are the ones. Those are the actual uniforms, and they are cool
Yeah.
and so
Super cool.
iconic.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. And this is like one of my favorite stories. I think we've shared it on the podcast before, but we went out for to California for Rogers the Musical and California Adventure because I'm a big Captain America fan. So we're like both of us dressed, decked out in Captain America stuff. We ended up over at Disneyland waiting for the train in New Orleans Square. And as we're walking towards the train station, all of a sudden you hear like this thump sound and we look over and there's like what looks like a black bag or something laying on the ground under this big tree, kind of by the Haunted Mansion queue. And I was like, what is that? We realized it was a raven, like this giant raven bird that apparently died and fell out of the tree. And so we're just kind of sitting there watching because now all of a sudden this is unusual. Like Disney has kind of a plan for everything until it's something new, right? And here come the cast members from Haunted Mansion in their butler and maid outfits, standing over the lifeless corpse of this raven. And we have so many pictures because we couldn't look away. And they call custodial over and they don't know what to do. Security came by. And there's just like they're just standing there honoring this dead bird in the queue of Haunted Mansion. And it was amazing. Like we missed the train two or three times because we just wanted to stay there and soak it all in. It was
That is
amazing.
hilarious. And
Oh yeah.
it's not lost on me that there's ravens all throughout the Haunted Mansion. So that's pretty
Right?
awesome.
And it had to be there.
Yeah,
Had to.
right
It
there.
was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
So at Disneyland during Halloween and Christmas, we
Hmm.
know that Disneyland's Haunted Mansion is transformed into the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. You're in a safe place amongst friends. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've got a lot of them. I got it. They could do a whole episode just on this.
Love it.
So I went in 2019 to Disneyland for the first time. I went during Oogie Boogie Bash and
Yeah.
Halloween. And I really wanted to
Mm.
experience all that, and I was so torn because it was the 50th anniversary of Haunted Mansion, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I ended up going during Halloween, which means I got the Night Before Christmas version, and I liked it pretty good. But the great thing is now I've done both. And back
Mm.
then, I got to meet Sally Slater. I got to meet Hitchhiking Ghost. I
Oh,
got to meet
cool.
Constance. That all the
Yeah.
characters that were pushed out of the mansion were out roaming, needing people for the 50th. So that was worth
Very
it, and it ended
cool.
up working out.
Wow.
Yeah, Hitchhiking Ghost, man, I'll never forget that one. That was really neat.
Amazing.
My problem, I guess, is it's so many layers to this, is that the outside, Walt always wanted the mansion to have the scary things and the spooky things inside. So the minute they throw that stuff up there, that's out of the water. It's
Yeah.
like everything is tacked on the outside, and the list of the bad, naughty, and nice names and the
Hmm.
candles, it looks nice at night. It's really cool looking, but it does go against everything that Walt wanted. And I'm usually not a big person that says, oh, Walt wouldn't want this, because I believe he'd want to move forward. But I do think that does go against what he wanted. And also, it doesn't go with New Orleans Square.
It
No.
doesn't. No,
It doesn't
unfortunately, and
fit.
that's a big piece.
So that's a huge one for me. And then it's like, this is a movie where Halloween characters are celebrating Christmas. This is not Christmas characters celebrating Halloween. So it's like
Right.
your one Halloween themed ride, you take all of the Halloween elements out and you throw Christmas in there. So I struggle with that.
Same.
Okay, so I'm not alone there. And
Nope.
Yep.
then there's I can keep going. There's more. So and then it's like I, I was so disappointed. I didn't realize how little Haunted Mansion it was going to be.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I totally showed up thinking, oh, it's going to be the Nightmare Before Christmas meets the Haunted Mansion characters, like mingling
Hmm.
with them. Oh no, you don't get Hitchhiking Ghosts. You don't
No.
get anything. It's like this is moved everything out and plopped Night Before Christmas inside. If it was like Oogie Boogie mingling in with, a Hatbox Ghost, or maybe Lock, Shock, and Barrel messing with the Hitchhiking Ghost or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt very much not what I was expecting. I want it to be like, I guess, Muppet Goes to Space, but Night Before Christmas goes to Haunted Mansion in a way. Like, let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
What does the world look like where they are intermingling with each other, as opposed to
Hmm.
somehow now they're all gone? Don't like that.
Yeah. That's
And
fair.
then, yeah, and then the
Guys,
length of time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
it's
such a,
so long.
it's
It's
so
so
long.
well,
And
and that
go
was
ahead.
my beef about it too
Mhm.
is how do you take away the Haunted Mansion during Halloween?
Yep.
Like if you started it even on November 1st, and I know it takes a lot to
Yeah.
make this
And money.
transformation happen,
Yes.
Mhm.
but I miss it to the point that I would love to book a Halloween trip to Disney World just so I can ride the Haunted Mansion on
On Halloween.
Halloween.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
but yeah,
Yeah.
see, guys, this is why Justin is my guy. He gets me, he speaks the song of my soul, and
So good for your
I
soul.
I just it's not the same. And for
Yeah.
everything that you mentioned and so much more, like that was a perfect summation of why I get like
Yeah.
kind of cringy.
And I like it. I like the overlay okay.
Sure.
And
Hmm.
the thing is I finally went back to Disneyland for the first time in 6 years, and I was
Okay.
going to show up on the Haunted Mansion's anniversary,
Yeah.
which was August 9th.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was this close. I was like, let's go ahead and back it up a week just in case it's closed. Guess what? They
It was
closed it on
closed
August
in.
9th, on the anniversary of the ride.
You
I'm so
don't
glad
do
I
that,
didn't.
people. Come on.
What if I'd booked my trip for August 9th?
Yeah. I feel like someone did not think that through.
They did
Didn't
not.
they do a similar thing though on Pirates of the Caribbean's anniversary too? Like they did a refurb like during one of the major anniversaries of Pirates of the Caribbean recently, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, how did we miss that? Same
And
thing.
maybe if it's like a safety thing and they have to, but like this is just
Sure.
an overlay.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, another big change that they've done on the Disneyland side, because again, this is another plus that Walt Disney World's had is the queue was
Hmm.
always superior at Walt Disney World. But they've now added some more interactive elements and some more display and decor and stuff. Have you been out to see that in Disneyland since they added that extended queue?
Yeah, so when I went to Disneyland, the cast members treated me like royalty at the Haunted Mansion.
As they should.
They did. They took me like a private tour of the gardens and then all kinds
Amazing.
of cool things. So I did get to explore the gardens, even though they weren't being used. I got to explore by
Yeah.
myself and just kind of take videos and photos. So I have thoughts, I think as one does. So I love Disney World's queue, but I don't like the green awning in front of it. I think it
Okay.
blocks the view of the mansion, and I think it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Um, but the problem is it's always been shoehorned over there because of the Rivers of America. I like
Right.
the contents of the queue better at Disney World, but I like the layout of the queue better at Disneyland. I
Okay.
do feel like some of the Disneyland stuff feels a little bit home goodsy, like the gazing balls and the statues. It feels like everybody ran to Home Goods and found creepy things and threw them out there. Um,
Yeah. That's so true.
it
It's
kind of
spot
does.
on.
It's a very like, but maybe that's how folks in New Orleans would decorate their courtyards or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe someone with a better background and that than me decided that. But it does feel very, pedestrian. But I love
Yeah.
the music. I love the atmosphere. I love the mausoleums. I think all that was very
Yeah.
successful. But some of the
Yeah.
decor just is a little cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair.
No, that's fair. I agree. Okay, so we have one last question for you. So you were on the Disney Treasure and you got to experience the Haunted Mansion parlor. We want all the details. Spill, how was the experience? Because that is on my bucket list.
Absolutely.
Go as soon as you can. It was
Okay.
Cool.
incredible. So, and it is cheaper to go on the new one, the Destiny that's coming up. It's a
Oh,
Oh
shorter
yeah.
sailing and it's much cheaper, and it has
okay.
the Haunted Mansion bar on it. But
Awesome.
I loved it. It was incredible. And the thing about it is that it's very immersive, and the story, if you don't know kind of ahead of time what's going on, you kind of miss it. It's basically about a sea captain who finds this girl out at sea, and they fall in love and get married, and it turns out she's a siren, and so she drags him out to sea, and now they're missing, and so you don't really know what happened.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Amazing.
I did
Yeah,
not
it's,
know
And
it's its
that.
just
own
oh,
iteration of the Haunted Mansion.
I love it.
amazing.
I love it.
Because the pictures that we saw just from the artist renderings alone, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really cool things in there. That never came to fruition, like the Museum of the Weird, where Raleigh Crump, where he wanted to put the
Oh,
ghost fish tank in the Haunted
yeah.
Mansion
Oh
and
yeah.
all that stuff. They were able to finally, bring that to life for the bar. So when you mention, have you been
Yes.
to the other iterations? This is another iteration of the Haunted Mansion. It's a different
That's true.
backstory,
Amazing.
different characters, different decor. So that is another story that you guys have to experience.
Okay.
Amazing.
I love
Hey,
that.
it's
I
down.
love
Like we
that.
have to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Well, Justin, I know we could talk for so long. And again, I'm already thinking of follow-up episodes as we continue to explore this with you. But thank you so much for coming on with us and sharing this passion of yours. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing all of this with all of us. And just to close, tell our listeners where they can find you. We're on Instagram or Facebook. Like, where
Yeah.
can we find more about Justin and the group?
absolutely. And I could say all the nice things back to you guys. You guys have been more than welcoming and kind to me.
Thank
So
you.
so thank you for the opportunity.
Oh,
You can find me at Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, Foolish Mortals and Happy Haunts. All
I
one
Awesome.
word.
love that.
Love it. Yeah, make sure you guys give Justin a follow. And again, set some time aside out on your day when you go to his Instagram page. There's so much to see.
Yeah.
It's like going to a Haunted Mansion museum. Like you're in for a treat, I promise. So, Justin, you're the best. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to rate our show on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to support our show on Patreon. Check out our t-shirt shop, Shop Threads of Imagination. And until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.